Hello, greetings and namaste, my friends. It's Gregory Reading, your humble servant, coming at you from the opulent splendor of this beautiful, unseasonably warm February day. It's actually February 6th, the day after my birthday. Holla! And I was just in town visiting Mom, having a stroll, being very reflective of my 54th successful lap around the sun, and just really feeling blessed and just feeling just like tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to life and all of the blessings and the abundance that's here for everybody. And all of a sudden, a feeling came about me to share this feeling right now. And if you ever tune into a space where you can really feel the collective feelings of people who are in a space that they're absolutely ready, they're finally ready. They're ready to get out of their own way. They're ready to take it to the next level. They're praying for a change, or if perhaps they feel like they're in chaos. This video is for you. If you're absolutely ready to take your game to the next level, but perhaps you didn't know where to take the next step, what to do, or with whom to align yourself or your purpose, then this is for you, and you know who you are. Let me just give you a few nuggets here, whether or not you get started with us and radically change your life in a beautiful way and increase more happiness and joy and prosperity and abundance into your life in a rather quick manner. Whether you do or not, I want to leave you with some nuggets of jewels that I picked up along the way around my spins. And one is, as an entrepreneur, before, when I was younger, I used to think that it was all about the money. I used to think that I wanted a bunch of stuff, until I started accruing a lot of stuff. And what I found was the things that I owned, before you knew it, they started to own me. And now I felt constricted or restricted for my travels. Now what I have found out is that it's really about service. It's about helping other people to discover their own light, their own purpose, and to help people come alive. When you do that, I believe we're fulfilling our mission here on Earth. And what do I mean by that, right, in the short term here, is like a lot of people feel like in this time they're going through a feeling of like crisis. And there's a pretty well known saying that in the Asian community there's a symbol that stands for crisis, but it also stands for opportunity. If you can work on the inner game, you can master the outer game. So that's pretty much number one. If you learn how to control your state, that's a really important beginning, because until you learn how to control your state, or at least work on your inner game, the outer game is going to seem like Groundhog Day, which it was just about a few days ago. It was actually Groundhog Day. And I know I might seem like I'm digressing, but this is very important. There's a lot of people here who know that movie, and they think it's just a movie with one of my favorite Bill Murray's of the guy keeps waking up. It's the same day over and over again. That's what a lot of people's life, that's what my life felt like over and over again. It just felt like the same thing. But like that movie, people either love it or they hate it. If they hate it, they're probably struggling still, or they just don't understand nuance. If you love it, you realize that this guy went through the stages, metaphorically, of life condensed in that process. What do I mean? So every day when he realized that he couldn't die, if he died, he woke up the next day at 6 a.m. and Cobbler's Knob or whatever it was for Groundhog Day. And, and he thought he wanted money, and he thought he wanted to have like these and just money and sex, and that was it, right? And then he had this, he got all that, then he still wasn't fulfilled. And then all of a sudden there was one gal that he just couldn't get no matter what. And he sort of objectified her, and he got close, and he kept getting slapped, and never got anywhere with her, and he was confounded until finally he stopped making it about a conquest, and he authentically started to care about her. And then he became of service and just authentically wanted to see, what can I do for you? How can I serve you? And then once he got out of his jaded, narcissistic existence, he went into a state of service. And then all of a sudden, all kinds of doors. Well, first of all, he came out of that loop, and then it was the next day. But in life, once we are clear about being of service for people, we'll realize that all of a sudden doors will fling open where we only saw walls before. Does that make sense? All right. So I've got some notes here I want to cover here on the beach here. what better notepad than the beach? But also I want to say, if you're in a space where you're going through like a crisis, you're feeling there's chaos. Actually, the same thing with understanding how to manage your state it's crucial, because leaders or people who are servant leaders realize that chaos can actually be awesome. It will birth clarity. Contrast will birth clarity. It will help you to establish more clearly what you want. And I know that if you ever pan back and find out what you really want, guess what? It's not to be a slave to the 40-hour work week and to be trapped to your desk or to be grinding out an existence that doesn't serve you. So that brings you to the most important thing, why I do what I do. I help people to first find, then follow their bliss. And we do that by bringing them into our Unstoppable Alliance, plugging them into a system that works every time. When you do what the leaders do, you get to have what the leaders have. And in this case, it's bliss, it's freedom, and it's servant leadership, where you can help people discover what it is that they really want to do. And I'll tell you something wonderful that happens. When you help people make $10, $20, $30, $40,000 in a month, all of a sudden their mind shifts from chaos into opportunity, because there's that Asian symbol that means both, right? You look at it and it looks like crisis, but to the right person, if they're looking at it, they see an opportunity. So if you're going through crisis, you should actually be kind of happy about that, because that is the state where people are ready to change. Like that quote from Anais Nin that says, finally she reached the point when remaining tight in her bud was more painful than finally blossoming. If it's time for you to finally step into your light and realize what you're here for, then I encourage you to put your name and information into the box below, and we'll continue this conversation on the inside. And I want to really let you know that stay tuned and open the emails, because I want to help you, he who or she who is ready to help themselves. We're absolutely here, we're crushing it, we're doing it, but I also think that the time is going kind of long in this video, so I'm just gonna, oh my God, 7 minutes? I'm gonna stop right there. Put your information on here and I'll give you a few more pearls on the inside, and then perhaps we'll bring you into our group and then we'll take it from there. All right, much love and light. We'll see you on the inside. Peace.